I checked your theory. It looks great. Everything looked good. So I wanted to proceed on to Unit 9 this week because I wanted to cover the territory that I'm wanting to get to for you for composing and improvising your own music. So let's look at Unit 9 in your theory book for just a minute. And tell me what you already know about intervals. I know you've studied theory a little bit before, so what do you already know about intervals?
I'm familiar with basic intervals. Intervals. I know a little bit about major and minor, how they work together. I just would have to review it.
Okay, so you are familiar with the interval being the distance between two notes on the staff?
Yes, I am.
Or on your instrument. The interval between the keynote of the major scale and the unison, fourth, fifth, or octave is called the perfect interval. So if you have a fourth, a fifth, or an octave, that's called a perfect interval.
Okay.
And partly because if you think about what we talked about last lesson, we talked about the primary chords.
Yes.
The 1, the 4, and the 5.
Yes.
And
yes.
so the 4 and the 5 would be your primary chords. So the fourth interval and the fifth interval, as well as the octave, are considered perfect intervals. Okay, and this is on page 56 in your theory book.
I've got it.
So you can read over that a little bit later. So the second interval, the third interval, the sixth, or the seventh would be called a major interval. So right now we have two types of intervals. We have a perfect interval or a major interval. So the way that I learned to remember it was through the primary chords 4, 5, and the octave would be perfect. And then the major intervals are 2, 3, 6, and 7. Okay. So it's important to know that because we build on that to build our other intervals. Okay.